Hey everyone, hope you're doing great. Thank you so much for clicking and welcome to today's tutorial. So today we're going to learn how to crochet this beautiful baby beanie in this size for a 6 to 12 months old baby. This here is a size for a 3 to 6 months old and it's measuring between 13 and 15 inches when stretched for the head circumference. This one here is measuring 15 to 17 inches when stretched for the head circumference, and you can make this in any size including the adult size. All you need to do is adjust the measurements to fit your head circumference. Yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy the tutorial to the end. Please remember to give it a like, share, and also leave a sweet comment in the comment section. So let's get started. In this video, I'm going to use Seagull. This is a Kenyan brand. It's 4-ply and 100% acrylic. Since it's a fingering yarn, I'll be doubling the strands to achieve the medium weight. I'll use a hook size 4.5 millimeter. I'll need a darning needle, a pair of scissors, and a tape measure to take measurements. So to start, make a slip knot, then insert your hook right there in that loop and chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once you have 10 chains, skip the first chain and in the second make a single crochet. In the next chain, a single crochet. In the next, a single crochet, and you're going to make one single crochet in each and every chain across. So once you get to the last chain, you'll have a total of 9 single crochets. To start a new row, chain 1 and turn your work. In this row and the subsequent rows, we are going to work in the back loops only. So instead of inserting your hook right there like in both loops, you're going to insert your hook in the back loop only. So grab yarn, pull through and make a single crochet. In the next, insert your hook, grab yarn and make a single crochet. So you're going to make one single crochet in each and every stitch, back loop to the end. When you get to the last stitch, insert your hook in both loops so that you can keep your ends firm, and grab yarn to make a single crochet. To start a new row, chain 1 and turn. So repeat exactly what you've done in row 2, working single crochets in the back loop. Remember, you can use in medium weight yarn that you have, only that mine is a bit thin, so that is why I doubled the strands. Okay, so I'm working single crochet back loop in each and every stitch, and when I get into the last stitch, I work single crochet in both loops. Chain 1, turn to begin a new row, and repeat this pattern until you have the size that you're making. So if you're making the same size as mine, that is for a 6 to 12 months old, we are going to make 56 rows of single crochet back loop to measure 15 to 17 inches head circumference. So I'll meet you when I have 56 rows to show you the next step. Okay, so I have my 56 rows of single crochet, and it's measuring 15 right there, and can stretch up to 17 inches. So the next step, you're going to join, so chain 1 and fold your work like this so that both ends can align, and you're going to join using the slip stitch. So insert your hook in both loops this side, both loops on the other side, grab yarn and pull through the loop on your hook. Then in the next stitch, both loops here and both loops on the other side, grab yarn, pull through the loop on your hook to make a slip stitch. To the next slip stitch, next slip stitch, all the way to the end. So in the last stitch, we're going to make a slip stitch, then chain 1, and now you're going, this is the wrong side, you're going to flip it like this so that you can work from the right side. So I'm going to insert my hook in this loop and make single crochet in each and every row across. So while you're doing that, I'll be hiding this tail so that I don't have to weave it in at the end of the project. So this is the first single crochet. In the next row, single crochet. In the next row, single crochet, and we're going to make single crochet in each and every row to the end. And at the end, you should be having the same number of the same number of single crochets with the rows. That is, I'll be having 56 single crochets, which is similar to the number of rows I made. I hope that makes sense. So I'll meet you at the end to show you the next step. So I'm doing the last single crochet and then join in the first stitch with a slip stitch, and I have a total of 56 single crochets. So from this row, you're going to change the pattern. Since our bean hat is made using two different stitch patterns, so we've worked the brim using the single crochet back loop only. Now you're going to switch to making the bean stitch for the body. So from this part, once you slip stitch, chain 1, and in the same stitch insert your hook, grab yarn and pull through, yarn over, in the same stitch insert your hook, grab yarn, pull through. You have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook in the same space and pull a loop. So once you have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all the 6 loops and chain 1 to secure the 6 loops. So I have made this tutorial for the beanie stitch. If you haven't checked it out, please do so that you can learn how to work the bean stitch. skip this one stitch, and the next insert your hook, grab yarn, pull through. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, go back in the same stitch, pull a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, go back in the same stitch and pull a loop. Once you have 6 loops on your hook, grab yarn and pull through all, then chain 1. Now this, if you are working with double strands, it might confuse you, but this is counted as 1 loop, not 2 loops. Okay, this is 1 loop. Now when I insert my hook in the next stitch and grab yarn like this, I have 2 loops, then yarn over and go back, grab yarn, pull through, I'll have 4 loops, yarn over, go back in the same stitch, grab yarn, pull through. Now I have 6 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through, and chain 1. So I'm going to make bean stitches all the way to the end. So you skip 1 stitch and work in the next. Almost at the end of this row, so I'm going to skip 1 stitch and work a bean stitch in the next one. Chain 1, skip this 1 stitch and go through this first stitch right here to make a slip stitch. So this is how we complete the first row of bean stitches, and if you had 56 stitches, you should be having 28 bean stitches and chain 1 spaces 28. So the next stage, the next row, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and right here, this is the first stitch, you're going to work a bean stitch. So insert your hook right here, pull a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull a loop, yarn over, insert your hook the 3rd time and pull a loop, yarn over, pull through all the 6 loops and chain 1, go into the next stitch and repeat making bean stitch. The next stitch. So we are working on top of the previous bean stitches and not the chain 1 spaces. So this is the chain 1 space, so we skip this and work on top of the bean stitch. And I'm going to work bean stitches all the way to the end of this row. So I'll meet you at this point to show the next step. Making the last bean stitch right here. And at the end of each and every row, you should be having the same number of bean stitches you started with. So that is the last, then chain 1 and go through the first stitch right here to make a slip stitch, and that is how you complete that row. Then chain 1 and turn, then repeat what you've done in this 2nd row of bean stitches. Insert your hook right there and make a bean stitch on top of the previous bean stitch, and repeat this pattern until your bean heart measures about 5.5 inches. That is the body only. So from this point right here all the way up should be 5.5 inches before changing the pattern. So I'll meet you when I have about 16 rows of bean stitches to show you the next step. Okay, so I've done 16 rows of bean stitches, and up to this point the border of my beanie is measuring about 5.5 inches when stretched. So this is 5 and you can stretch to give you 5.5. And now the next step, we are going to make decreases from row 17. So I'll chain 1, turn. In the first 2 bean stitches, you're going to make 1 bean stitch in each, and in the third and fourth make a decrease. So once you chain 1, insert your hook right there and make a bean stitch. Then in the next, a bean stitch. Now in the third and fourth, this is how you're going to make decreases. So insert your hook, pull a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull a loop. Once you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and go into the next stitch, insert your hook, pull a loop. So you'll have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all the 6 loops. So that is how you're going to make decreases for this pattern. Then chain 1 and work 1 bean stitch in the next 2 stitches. In the next one, a bean stitch. Then in the third and fourth, make a decrease. So insert your hook, pull a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull a loop. Once you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and go into the next stitch, insert your hook, pull a loop, yarn over, pull through all, then chain 1 and repeat the pattern all the way to the end. So in the next 2 bean stitches, I'm going to work 1 bean stitch in each and make a decrease in the third and fourth. So then yarn over, go into the next, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops and chain 1. So repeat these all the way to the end. I'll meet you at this point to show the next step. Okay, so I have 2 stitches remaining. I'm going to make a decrease, and at the end of this row 17 I have a total of 21 bean stitches. Then chain 1 and make a slip stitch in the first stitch to complete this row. So chain 1, turn, and now we're going to make decreases in the second and third stitch. So the first stitch, make a bean stitch. In the second and third, make a decrease. So I'll have 4 loops in the first bean stitch, then yarn over, go through the next stitch, make a bean stitch, decrease. So in the next 1 bean stitch, and in the next 2 make a decrease. Chain 1, in the next stitch make 1 bean stitch, in the next make a decrease. So I'll meet you at the end of this row 18 to show you the next step. Almost at the end of this row 18, so we have 2 stitches remaining and we're going to make a decrease right here. At the end of this row I have 14 bean stitches. Chain 1 and go through the first stitch to join with a slip stitch, then chain 1 and turn. This is the last row we are making, and we're going to make decreases in each and every stitch. So right here in the first bean stitch, I'm going to make 4 loops and then yarn over, go into the next, make a loop, pull up a loop, and then yarn over to make a bean stitch, chain 1, go into the next 2 stitches, make a decrease. So you start right here. Once you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and go into the next, grab a loop. Once you have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all the 6 loops and chain 1 and go into the next. Repeat this all the way to the end. I'm making the last decrease, and in this row I will be having a total of 7 bean stitches, and this is the last row. So I'm going to join in the first stitch with a slip stitch to complete this row, and then chain 1, fasten and cut your yarn. So make the tail a bit longer so that you can use it to close this little space right here. Okay, so note that the number of bean stitches you end up with in the last row will be different based on the number of rows you made for your brim. So it won't be 7 for every pattern, for every size, sorry, for every size of the bean that you make. Okay, so now the next step, I'm going to use my yarn needle to close this little space right here, and then I'll see you in the next step. Okay, so I just pass this through the spaces, then pull this tail to close that space, and once you have it like that, you can pass this needle several times to ensure that you secure it all corners so that it doesn't unravel. Right, yeah. So there we have our beanie ready. Now from this point right here all the way to where we've stopped is 6 inches, so you can make it longer than that depending on the size that you're making. And this brim, you will fold it like this. Okay, yeah, so that's why we're not measuring from this point, because we're going to fold it. Then I'll go ahead and attach the pom-pom, and that will be it for today's tutorial. If you haven't seen this video, I'll leave a link in the description box so that you can check it out and make a pom-pom. You can as well leave your beanie like this if you don't want to attach a pom-pom. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial up to this point. Please remember to give it a like, share, and also leave a comment in the comment section. If it's your first time here, click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that anytime we have a new upload, you'll get notified. Until next tutorial, bye.